We are all gathered around for something. I've never had this dish before, but I've heard about its reputation. So I'm sort of embracing myself, but this is going to be fantastic.
Whatever you've heard, we're going to change your whole view of that today.
That's what it's about.
About gefilte fish.
You want to be the change,
Yes.
is what I say.
Yes, if you want to change, you be the change. So the Jewish holiday, Passover, begins this Friday, and it runs through April the 11th. And for the viewers who don't know the history of it, Paula Schroyer is here to fill us in. So please tell us what the story is behind Passover.
So the holiday of Passover celebrates the exodus of the Israelite slaves from Egypt. And it's an 8-day holiday, and we have 2 festive dinners, the Seders, at the beginning of the holiday.
Very good. Okay, so now we have the Seder plate, and please explain to us what the significance is of the Seder plate.
So the Seder plate is basically a retelling of the Passover story, the whole journey of the Israelites. So we have the parsley, which represents the flourishing of the Israelites when they first came to Egypt. We have bitter herbs maror, the white horseradish, which represents the bitterness of slavery. This is called charosed. It's made with apples, nuts, dates.
Delicious. I like that.
And it's very tasty. And that's like the mortar that the Israelites used to make bricks. And we also have a roasted egg, sacrifices in the temple later on, and the Paschal lamb they ate on the night of the Exodus.
It looks like the egg has an eye in it.
Yeah, it has to be roasted.
It has a roasted egg. I've never heard of a roasted egg.
You just kind of hold it over the flavor.
Is it roasted before it comes out, or how does that work?
Well, you boil it and then you roast it. I would not try roasting it before you boil it.
No, it'll explode.
No, I thought maybe the chicken got, a little warm in the sun.
We have a little taste of what you're going to be making today, so everybody gets that.
Yeah, it's a fresh gefilte fish loaf.
It's cool that Egypt's here for a Passover.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the connection. It's great.
It's cool. All right, so let's get cooking.
So we are going to make this gefilte fish loaf, which has a frozen gefilte fish that you buy in the supermarket and you thaw it out. And this is so much better than those jarred patties. That's why gefilte fish kind of gets a bad rap.
I've not had this before. So, what is the lemon like after, like when you do a tequila shot? Is that?
Well, fish and lemon is.
Now we know what you do on weekends.
We don't drink alcohol on Passover. There is potato vodka, but we drink a lot of wine.
What about manischewitz?
Of course, that's what we drink.
Oh, it's not alcohol. It's wine.
Although, we've kind of moved on to better kosher wines now. There's so many of them. So you basically put this in the pan and you spread it out. And then you put fresh salmon inside. Yeah, Passover is a pretty big deal in my house. I usually have about 20 people over. And my husband has written a play about the Passover story that we all act out.
After
you act
dinner,
out a play?
No, in the middle of reading the Haggadah. Yeah, we do. We act out a play. We get out of our chairs. Somebody's always God, somebody's Moses.
Is there wardrobe involved?
Oh, well, last year, one of my guests brought a bag of costumes, and the teenagers dressed up as Pharaoh, the Israelite women, and Moses. So there's a picture here of my kids, Emily and Sam, who did
Oh, look at
that.
there.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
How do you determine who gets to be God? That has to be a big conversation.
We try to vary it every year because, that seems to be the prime part.
God was a woman.
Press this inside. It usually is in my house.
I'm invited every year to a Passover dinner, but I always get to let Elijah in. That's my job.
Okay, you have to open the door. And does somebody shake the table to make it look like Elijah's actually drinking the wine?
No, I've never done that before.
Oh, that's what my parents always did growing up. So all you do is spread this around here. It's so easy.
Yeah.
And so when you bake it, you get this beautiful encasement of the gefilte fish around the fresh salmon. So I try to take what's old-fashioned and make it more interesting and more modern and healthier, which is what I did in the new Passover menu.
You know what? For people who've not had gefilte fish at home, I love Jewish delicacies. I've never had gefilte fish because I've always been afraid of it.
Gefilte fish.
It's gefilte.
Yes, not
well,
gefilte
I'm fetching over here.
Okay.
So let me tell you about the gefilte
It's
fish.
actually stuffed.
It's very sweet.
Delicious.
It's good.
It can be.
It's delicious.
I'm going to go get the one we have over here.
There's
You
salmon.
do not bake it, you just put it. Ooh.
Well, we do bake it. And magic. I love food on TV. It's
I've never
okay.
had it. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Wait, is it white fish or on the outside? And
Yeah, it's usually
salmon in
made
the
from carp and whitefish, and then you cover it and bake it in the oven. And then when it
what
bakes,
temperature for how long?
I believe it's about 325 for, about an hour or so. It depends if you're using disposable or regular pans. I recommend using a real pan. It comes out much better.
Okay.
And then you have the loaf, and then you can slice into it. And you get this beautiful.
Oh, look how pretty that is.
Get you a pretty slice.
What's with this? Is this traditional served with this coleslaw, or is this a separate?
So we typically serve gefilte fish, the jarred kind, with red horseradish, which is made with beets. But I thought it would be more interesting to do a coleslaw, so it has mango and avocado and cranberries and arugula with a mayonnaise kind of dressing.
That looks delicious.
The creaminess, salmon always goes so well with, I think, mayonnaise kinds of dressings and stuff.
or put some in there. Now, this recipe you can find in your book, I understand.
Yes.
What other things can we find, and we can expect to find in your book?
So the new Passover menu is organized by menus for the Seder and for the whole 8-day holiday, and desserts, you know, my specialty.
Yes.
And I even have Passover gluten-free waffles in there, and granola, and things people don't expect for Passover, like pies and tarts. But there's Peruvian chicken and Moroccan short ribs, and lots of fresh soups and salad. I tried to take a holiday known for heavy food and make it fresher and lighter, because I just feel like just because we can't have bagels and pasta and rice over the holiday, there's no reason why we can't have lots of wonderful proteins and vegetables.
That's right. Okay, well, I'm gonna go
Did
in.
you try it?
I haven't
You
tried
guys
it.
all good?
This is so great that I have everybody here eating gefilte fish.
I know.